Guys, today I'm really excited to show you what's perhaps the most exciting and amazing find of my entire collection lifespan. Now, I named my channel DinosDragons, most imaginatively I might add, because I've always loved both dinosaurs and dragons. In fact, most of my earliest reviews were of McFarlane dragons, even though my recent ones have been mainly dinosaurs. So I've always hoped for some kind of fantasy dinosaur-dragon hybrid, but there just didn't seem to be any on the market. But today is the day I have found it. Today is the day I say, Eureka! I have found something so amazing that it's the perfect representative of what this channel is about. My friends, I present to you the DinosDragons Mascot. Now, as you can see, this truly encapsulates the idea of both dinos and dragons, fusing together the most iconic features of both. And as you can see, the result is fantastic to the extreme. I mean, have you seen anything so surreal, so outre, so sublimely ridiculous? You can see I'm at a loss for words here. I mean, it's like someone sat down and said, out of all the dinosaurs out there, now which would be the least likely as being able to fly, and then decided to put wings on exactly that, this impressive Brachiosaurus. In fact, the closest I found to this is the Brachiosaurgon by Sapiens at DeviantArt, who also most helpfully notates small wings for nothing. In that respect, I'm happy to say that my mascot here is at least more scientifically plausible, because as you can see, the wings are at least 3 times as big as the Sapiens artwork, definitely providing a lot more lift. Now I postulate that while these have become more vestigial with evolution and clearly unlikely to fly, the flapping of these wings should help this monstrosity generate additional bursts of speed towards the trees when exceptionally hungry. And hilariously, ironically, on the side of the box, you get some information. Excusing the grammar, this basically says that dinosaurs lived 160 million years, ending with the Cretaceous about 66 million years ago, and that when the asteroid hit, the environment was already fragile from environmental causes. Now, the irony of this very factual information snippet, I mean, this thing is written without any reference at all to the sheer fantasy of this figure, and I both shudder and snigger to think of any poor child having all this cemented as fact, including this monstrosity. So let's get to the model. First, the color. The overall is a flat green, which helps it to camouflage. There's counter shading, just like in many real animals, although the lighter color does track up a bit higher on the body than expected. The darker dorsal surface is a kind of purple-brown, and though effort has been made to create a nicer blend in the hips here, unfortunately this fade is not consistent throughout. Now the color scheme is the same in the wings and the tail. The head is typical for a brachiosaur, as you can see from the crest here. I'm especially delighted to see the size of the eyes, since despite the size of the orbit, I've always been puzzled as to why artists and sculptors make the eyeballs so small in comparison. Now this model nicely rectifies that erroneous image. The teeth are not individually sculpted, though I'm happy to say they are all white, with no paint overruns, which you see in many models. Now disappointingly, there's no tongue, and I doubt there are choanal openings. In general, the texturing is rough, with wrinkling seen through the animal. The skin is very elephantine as you'd expect. They've even sculpted some veins in the forearm here, very nicely detailed. The limbs are appropriately thick and sturdy, which is something I don't see these days. For example, look at this reconstruction here by some guy called Scott Hartman. I've never heard of him. Now it's obvious that this is highly implausible given the weight of the dinosaur. The legs are way too thin. Now here, I'm happy to say that these muscular pillars are more than adequate and convincing to support the bulk of the animal. Now also you'll see many modern reconstructions where brachiosaurs seem to have digitigrade hands. Now that means essentially standing on the fingers. I mean, my friends, does that make sense to you? Now which is easier to do? Push-ups on your fleshy palms or on your fingertips? Now thankfully, this model here has it right, with a more realistic plantigrade reconstruction, complete with thick pachydermal nails. Now disappointingly, however, the claws on the feet and the wing fingers are unpainted. But wait, there's more! As astounding as this model is, it's not static. After inserting some batteries, it can be turned on, and then you get... This is truly incredible. Now not only does it walk, the neck and the tail moves. And not content with just resting on their laurels, the creators also made the eyes light up. But wait, there's more! Now this model also has a cloaca, but not satisfied with just sculpting it, this hybrid also demonstrates its use. Now here up top, we load 3 eggs, and then we let her rip. Now isn't this incredible? Have you seen anything so absurd or preposterous? It's like someone decided what more features can we squeeze in to really value add to this figure, to really increase its play as well as educational value. Now truly, I've never ever been so dumbstruck by anything so farcical. I tell you, when I first saw a short video clip of it, I was flabbergasted. Now the sight of this monstrosity, the most unlikely candidate for being a dino dragon hybrid with wings, roaring, lumbering, and painfully dropping eggs. And all this costing just about US $12. I actually bought it for a joke, thinking it probably wouldn't work, and as you saw, it does work, famously. Now this is just such a no-brainer to add to any serious collection, and I feel safe to say that this abomination is sure to be the crown jewel of my collection, and I can think of no better mascot for this channel. So I hope you've enjoyed this look. Happy April 1st to you all, and I'll see you soon with another video.